Well, definitely didn't play my cards right on that one. We're actually heading out to the 6th tallest waterfall in the United States. Not trying to be overly dramatic or anything, folks. This is so amazing. I know it's gonna be a long episode. It's so worth it, you guys. What is shaking, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Meandering Outdoors. If you've been here before, welcome back. Another episode, getting out and about, taking a little break from working on that van. And if you're new here, welcome to the show. Appreciate you tuning in. Here at Meandering Outdoors, kind of self-explanatory. We're all about getting outdoors, hiking, backpacking, doing some peak bagging. If you guys want, you can also follow us over on other social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram. And I'll put a description in the link below for Buy Me a Coffee if you'd like to help fund my fuel to get these adventures on the go, or throw a little fuel in the tank to get us to the trailhead. Not necessary, but highly appreciated. And the social media has some pretty cool pictures and whatnot of the trip. Just a little different perspective. Lately, I've been building a new adventure rig for myself and the wife and the knuckleheads, aka the doggos, to get out and get on some adventures. So if that's your kind of thing, stick with us. We get out and see some pretty cool stuff. A little bit of off the beaten path, or not quite as popular places that most people go. Like today, for instance. We're actually heading out to the 6th tallest waterfall in the United States. It's 410 feet of a free fall, non-cascading. You can actually see it a little bit back there behind me through the trees. It's back in that granite rock face out there. That's Feather Falls. But yeah, it should be there about the middle of your screen. Trying not to zoom in too far so it gets all grainy. I believe that we also take the upper trail. This trail, it starts off there at the parking lot, and I think it goes for about a half a mile. Something like that. Sorry, trying to keep that morning sun glare out of the camera. But yeah, it goes about a half mile, and then it splits, and you can take the upper trail or the lower trail, or do both, which I think that's what we're gonna do today. That's the plan. So yeah, we'll cruise to the right up here, I think, and take the upper trail going to the falls. And we should cross Fray Creek, I believe is what it's called. So there's another small waterfall if we go that way that we should pass. Contemplating coming back the lower trail. All in all, it's just under like 9 miles. I think it's 4.5 on the upper trail going out there. And then we hit, I think it's 3.5 or 3.7 on the return on the lower trail. So yeah, we're getting up here to the fork now. I'm sure you've all noticed all the dead, burned out trees. This place, unfortunately, was just decimated back in 2020. I believe it was a North Complex fire. Rolled through and just wiped out this entire area almost completely. And then I'm sure a lot of you, if you follow, I guess it was even national news, it was the biggest fire California had seen. Historically, I believe the Dixie Fire the following year in 2021 came through, and that was kind of the nail in the coffin, unfortunately, for this area. I mean, it just annihilated everything. Nothing made it. There's still a few trees along the ridge line where they were able to divert the fire. They didn't stop it. If I remember correctly, that fire was over 1.5 million acres. Something insane like that. Here we are, what, 5-6 years later, and it's starting to try to come back. So yeah, I just had to get out. Y'all been watching for a little bit. Those of you that have been following, and a few new subscribers. Thank you all so much. I appreciate that. It's awesome. So yeah, I just take some time off from working on that van, trying to get caught up. We had unexpected bills that came up. Wife's car needed to go in the shop. The shocks and struts were completely gone on that thing, so that's a cool $1,200. And I know you guys are like, well, you work on the new Econo line, building that out, and you worked on Mini, and you work on the Jeep, you work on your own cars. Why spend that kind of money? Well, my wife has a Prius. I'm not about to try to touch that thing. I'm not that smart. And those things are just crazy complicated. I know what you're all thinking, but the hybrids are cool, man. They're a good way to go if you want to save some moolah on gas mileage and stuff like that. But we're smart about that, though. We know that you go hybrid. Never, ever, ever go full electric. just get out and recharge, get the batteries recharged. You know, like I said, for those who've been following for a while, you know, this is just my life. If I'm not outdoors and in the woods, or hang at the beach sometimes, but being in the high country and just moving, traveling around, hiking, not really knowing what's coming up, that's what fulfills me. But like, just the world, just so noisy. Got to try to get out and get some peace and quiet with all the chaos that always seems to be surrounding us, even when you try to ignore it by not watching like media or anything like that. Like, I don't watch TV or anything. Some movies here and there, a bit of YouTube. I definitely don't watch any kind of mainstream media whatsoever. But even in that, the stuff still finds you, and they throw it in everywhere. It's kind of crazy. It just boggles my mind. But we get out here, and I get to take all y'all with me to hopefully get you a little bit of quiet time and a little recharge, in case you can't get out here and do it yourself. But you should try. You should definitely try. You guys are still watching at this point, really appreciate it. It's super cool to have you along, and if you wouldn't mind, if you want to hit that subscribe button and maybe give it a like, really helps me out, kind of gets me and my channel spread out to more viewers. Listening to the sounds of nature, man, the birds. As I get back over in here, I'll try to get some shots of birds. Have been just chirping away, a bunch of frogs going off, and then obviously just the sound of water alone is really therapeutic in itself. So yeah, I'm gonna keep on trucking. We're coming up on Frey Falls now. Little bridge up here. It's cranking. It's almost whitewater rafting status. Definitely, you can feel the mist coming off. You can really see the decimation that the fire did. Just wild. Super unfortunate. Just obliterated. I definitely would say that if you guys decide to come out and hike this trail and oh wow, that's okay guys, we found some old Indian grinding rocks over here. Get down there and go check these out. A little bit steep, not terribly bad. Oh yeah, that is so cool. We got like 4 of them. Looks like the start of a 5th one over there, and possibly the pedestal. Maybe. If it is, it's been there a long time. That is really cool. Oh look, there's another one over here. Underneath this old funky burnt out madrone. That's super cool. I know the Maidu tribe was pretty heavily populated in this area. There might have been another tribe actually as well, but yeah, what a cool spot. There's some cool wildflowers down here too. Some lupine. Lupin. Well, definitely didn't play my cards right on that one. That trail over my shoulder there, those switchbacks, that's the lower trail. It's gonna be a steep climb right at the very end of the trip, so yeah. Duly noted. So if you decide you want to head out here and do this trail, you might want to jot that down. Go the lower route to the falls on the way in if you want to do the loop, and come out on the high trail on the ridge line. That's going to be pretty brutal, especially because like I was saying earlier before we saw those grinding stones. Definitely want to bring plenty of water, maybe even a filter. If you don't already carry a filter, I suggest filter or life straw, something, because with all this area being burned out, it is a scorcher. And here we are, the end of February. I mean, it's gonna be 70 degrees and it's toasty. As you can see, I've already taken a layer off. That wool hoodie was getting a bit toasty. Oh, we got a little info board over here. A little distant view of the waterfall over there too. What do we got here? Bald Rock Dome. Formed from a large body of melted rocks deep in the Earth's crust. Was formed approximately 140 million years ago. As the Pluton cooled, parts of its coarse-grained granite rocks became very resistant to weathering. Bald Rock Dome is one example of this resistant rock material. The dome rises nearly 2,000 feet above the middle fork of the Feather River. Elevation 3,509 feet above sea level. Black Rock Dome is similar to Half Dome in Yosemite. Interesting. That's pretty cool. It's like a little mini Yosemite Valley out here. I never knew that. And it's basically in my backyard. So crazy. There's Bald Rock. And in between the dead tree tops is Feather Falls. Yep, some more bear scat. Seen quite a bit of scat, coyotes, bear mainly. There's actually at least one pack of wolves in this area, if not a couple. Yeah. We've got another little info board, observation area over there. We'll go check out. A nice overlook of the river at the base of the falls, though. We got Fray Creek that dumps into it right down there. All right, well, let's go check out that info board. Middle fork of the Feather River. Another little shot there. You can also hit pause and read more on that info board if you want, but basically it says that the area is designated as a wilderness area, protected as such, so that's pretty cool. It's kind of just left alone to be what it is. Oh, we can see the falls through there. Looks like we got a observation platform down there. Super awesome. We're about ready to check out the 6th largest waterfall in the country. It's pretty awesome. It's kind of a hidden gem. Wow. That is super cool. I cannot believe that this is in my backyard. Holy crap. "410 feet fall." Wow. I don't know if that mist and the rainbow picks up right there. That's really cool. Wowzers. Wow. Not trying to be overly dramatic or anything, folks. This is so amazing. I'm beside myself. I cannot believe that this is basically in my backyard and I have not been here. Wow. Okay, you ready? What an amazing view, right? Holy smokes. That is so cool. Looks like there's another little observation like platform over on top of the falls. Might go sneak over there and take a peek. Absolutely awesome. Wow. Crazy. Well, I think this is a great spot. Take a break. I'm a little hungry. Get a snack in me. I need to hydrate too, so I'll listen to this little waterfall behind me, little babbling brook, while I have a snack. Charge this camera too. It's getting low already. All right, well, my belly's nice and full now. Feel a lot better, and it's pushing about noon, so probably get a mosey. We'll go over here and where is it? Back over there. Saw that other little observation spot. So let's cruise over there. I'll let you guys go first and get the view from the top, looking down the falls, and then we still got to go check out the lower trail on the way back, see what that's all about. Pretty sure it meanders down around Fray Creek, kind of sides that, and yeah, we still got a bit to go. So sorry, gonna be a little bit of a long episode, but so far well worth it. All right, y'all, let's go mosey on over, check this fall out from the top. Alrighty, well, we're coming up on the other little observation area, looking down over the top of the falls here, so you guys be my guest. You go first. Wow, that's pretty cool. I can't wait to look at that view you guys just got. I had to stick you up over the fence. I can't see too good. There's another cool little runoff back over on this side though. I'll spin you around. Not sure what that plaque is. I'm gonna go over here and check it out real quick. Cooper Point, in memory of Dr. O.O. Cooper. What an awesome spot. So freaking cool, you guys. Stoked that you came along with me on this quick little adventure. I wasn't sure what it was going to be like. This is well worth it. We still got to go hit that lower trail though. I'll give you guys some shots of that. What a great day. Just what I needed. Well, there's a pretty amazing shot. Kind of heading back. Missed that on the way to that other observation platform. Just beautiful. And a little California lilac, a little native plant. Really makes me wish I had smell-o-vision. California lilac just puts off this really sweet, fragrant smell that there's just a slight breeze and the stuff's just starting to kind of bloom out. So you just get these faint little whiffs of it. Oh, it's so nice. So nice. Spring is right around the corner. So happy about that. Got a couple little resting spots carved out in the logs there. Thanks to the old trail crew. Looking back at Bald Rock. I know it's gonna be a long episode. It's so worth it, you guys. So worth it. Absolutely amazing. We've been back on the lower trail for about an hour now, something like that. Cruising up alongside, I believe it's Frey Creek. And I was looking on my map, using Onyx Off-Road is actually what I use. I'm not sponsored nor affiliated with any of that kind of stuff on this channel. If I were, you guys would be the first to know. But yeah, the trail's so nice. It was opened back up just this last summer. I think it was July or August of 2025, after all the cleanup from the fires and getting that observation deck kind of squared away, back in working order, and all the trails cleaned up. And it's all like decomposed granite for the most part, so it's nice and firm, good grip. It's a little of that packed clay in the very beginning, so I'm sure once everything dries up in the summer, it's going to be that kind of moon dusty junk. And really hot out here, really hot, so bring lots of water and a filter, like I said earlier, because most of the drainages are going to be dried up, but there's definitely some spots you can get some water. You look on the maps, there's a couple springs and stuff too that you can get off trail and find. We've been fortunate too. I've only seen a couple people on this lower trail on the way out. Had the place all to myself. So nice. I love it when that happens, and it happens more often than not. I appreciate that. Thank you, universe. But yeah, super cool. Definitely, if you can find the spot and can get out here, it's well worth it. I'd say it's on the higher end of the moderate spectrum for a hike, maybe a little bit on the lower end of strenuous. We're gonna kind of find out on this lower section on the way out. It's gonna get really steep, but it's not for too long. And for those of you that have made it this far, thank you. You guys are troopers. Hope you're really enjoying the hike and the view. The waterfall was pretty exceptional. Funny that they made the remarks about, you know, Bald Rock and similar to Yosemite and stuff with Half Dome. The area really does kind of remind me of a mini Yosemite. I've got to come clean with y'all too. about something. So I've just always told you guys I'd always be upfront, transparent with you about things. That's what my channel's all about, getting out here, exploring, a little bit of working on the van. That's kind of a new thing, different subject, but I started this YouTube thing just because it was always something I thought was cool, I'd enjoy. I've always loved the editing portion of it, and did that in the past. I'd mentioned in the live a week or two ago that I did. If you guys want to go check that out, kind of gives a little bit of a backstory of this ordinary guy meandering through the world. But what I wanted to say about coming clean is that, like I said, I think I just said I was ready to just quit doing the films, quit doing YouTube. You know, it's not that I'm looking for subscribers and go anywhere. I've said that from the beginning. It's kind of neither here nor there, because I'd still do the videos. I mainly do them so that my wife can see these gorgeous, amazing areas, because she's not able to get out and do this stuff anymore. And it breaks her heart, breaks my heart, because we were avid backpackers and hikers. We were out all the time. So mainly that's what I did it for, and I was like, I don't need to do the whole YouTube thing in order to give her these moments. And then I got a comment on one of my videos. I'm not gonna mention the fellow's name, or not even really his name, just his handle or whatever. The acronyms are kind of tough sometimes, but anyhow, he commented on my video back when I did Andesite Peak. You guys should go check that one out too. That was a pretty fun time. But his comment was this: meandering outdoors. I really appreciate the videos that you put together. I live vicariously through you and climbing these mountains, seeing these spectacular views that you see from these summits. I was injured. I don't remember the year he was injured, but he was a hockey player. Not sure what level. But he went on to say that he ended up being paralyzed due to this injury playing this hockey game. And he can no longer get out and do these kinds of hikes and see these beautiful places. Even reciting those words now almost takes me back to when I read them. It really started to choke me up. And I realized that there are a lot of folks out there that just can't do this anymore. Not just my wife. So for me to stop, knowing that I have that one single subscriber that looks forward to this stuff, how could I quit? So we're gonna keep plugging along. We're gonna keep doing these videos. And if you're still watching, this one's for you, bud. Appreciate you. That comment meant more to me than I even realized at the time. So thank you. And thank all of you that are subscribing and watching these videos. Super awesome. You are appreciated. And it does really mean a lot to me. So thank you. Got a cool little confluence here. Another little cool spot to see. Pretty neat spot here. Once again, y'all, man, thank you. Thank all of you. Appreciate you following along. Not sure what it's going to look like ahead of this, how much more I'll film. It's already going to be a long video, I know, but just is what it is. It needed to be. I'm going to keep venturing around, keep plugging up this hill. If there's any more to see, we'll show you. Otherwise, the woods are for meandering. Get out there, explore, and if you can't, I'm here for you. I'll take you along. I'll show you everything I can see, and I plan on seeing a lot. I still got quite a few years in me, I hope. We'll see. But I'm going to do as much as I possibly can. And take all of you along with me for the ride. All right, everybody. Hopefully this water's not drowning me out too much, but we'll see ya.